Hey guys, this is Jaden coming at you from Team Shadow Strike, and I have an updated Eradicator deck from profile here for you. So with set 14, we got a new Eradicator boss monster, Tempest Bolt Dragon. So I thought I would give you an update on my Eradicator deck profile. So here we go. For the starter, that has not changed. It is still Ambush Dragon Eradicator Linchu, the best starter for Eradicators in my opinion. Just applies pressure. If he is boosting an attack that hits the Vanguard, counterblast 1, move him to the soul, retire a grade 1 or less rear guard. Triggers, I am still playing 4 and 7 crit. And then I'm playing 4, 5 draw triggers. And as of course, 4 of one of the coolest heal triggers in the game. Grade 1s, we're playing 4 copies of Eradicator Wyvern Gold. You want to make sure you max out your Eradicators in this deck. 4 copies of Eradicator Demolition Dragon. This is another card you want to max out with definitely because it is so easy to rush with Eradicators. That's one of their advantages, is just being able to pop your opponent's cards and then rush the hell out of them. So you definitely want to max out on Demolition Dragon. And I love that name, Demolition Dragon. Just sounds so cool. Right now, I only have 2 copies of this card, Deadly Eradicator. I think it's pronounced Ool. I'm also, until then, I'm going to be playing 2 Eradicator of Fire Kokaiji. But once I get 2 more copies of this card, the Kokaijis will become Ools. So I just like Ool. If you don't know what he does, he's a new card from set 14. His ability is, when your grade 3 Narukami is placed on the Vanguard, you may move this unit into the soul, choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row, and retire it. I just really like that card. I think it's a lot better than the grade 2 version, where you counterblast 1 and you can pop anything. I just prefer this because the front row is normally what you're going to hit anyway, unless there's some kind of key back row unit back there. But and plus, that's what Eradicators focus on, is just clearing out intercepts and then just going straight at the Vanguard. So I would be playing 4 of this guy, and that's what these 2 Kokaijis will become when I get them. And then for my last grade 1 is I'm playing 2 copies of Rising Phoenix. This is the only Eradicator card that I play. So Soul Blast 2, draw 1. Just add a little more draw power to the deck. For my grade 2s, we play 4 copies of Fiendish Sword Eradicator Choho. I am so glad I finally have my playset of this card. This was one of the hardest cards for me to track down 4 copies of. I literally got them 1 at a time. I just think he is such an amazing card. His ability is, when he's placed on the Vanguard or the rear guard, take one of your Narukami units and move it to the soul, and you can pop one of your opponent's units in the front row. I just think that is so good. And plus, with all the key cards that are going to be put in the front row, 12k attackers, maybe special other cards, this card definitely, I think, belongs in almost every Eradicator deck if you have it. 4 copies of Eradicator Spark Rain Dragon. This is a no-brainer. You want your 12k attackers to max out your attacking power. And then 3 copies of Supreme Army Eradicator Zuitan, which is your Soul Charger and Damage Unflipper for the deck. And then for my grade 3s, I am playing 3 copies of Eradicator Vowing Sword Dragon. I'm no longer playing 4 Break Rides. This deck does not need it. I still play 3 copies because it is still a 10k boost and a free front row pop. It's still pretty awesome. I do not have Ignition Drive Dragon, or that's what that would be, more than likely. But honestly, I think Vowing Sword might work better with Tempest Bolt. That's just me. I still want a full playset of Ignition, just so I have them. But, and when I get Ignitions, I can playtest and fool around with it a little bit. But until then, that's what I'm going with. But when I get Ignitions, I'm going to probably playtest 3 Ignitions. Going into the rest of my grade 3s, I'm playing 3 copies of Eradicator Tempest Bolt Dragon. This is the new card, and such a bad dragon, if I might, such a badass looking card, if I may add. His abilities are actually quite simple, and he doesn't have a whole lot of text. Counterblast, his ability is Limit Break. He special counterblasts 3 Eradicators, blow the field up. You can retire all rear guards on both fighters' side. And then his other ability is during your turn, he gets plus 2,000 power for each open rear guard circle on the whole board. So, say your opponent and you have a full field and you decide, okay, nuke everything. He then basically is going to gain 20,000 power, and then lose 2,000 for every card you then call. But Tempest Bolt is definitely a very good powerhouse card, and I'm so glad he's here because now Eradicators can be as powerful as they ever will be. And then for the last Eradicator card is 2 copies of Eradicator Dragonic Descendant. This is still the best Eradicator boss monster, period, because of the ultimate pressure that he gives with his attack. When he attacks, if you guard his attack, he's just going to stand back up and then be critical. So he is definitely something you should still play in an Eradicator deck. Just because Tempest Bolt is here does not mean that Descendant should be forgotten. So, my grade 3s, 3 Vowing Swords, 3 Tempest Bolt, and 3 Descendant. It might not be what a lot of people may have expected it to be, but this is definitely a good lineup because it gives me many options. I can go from Vowing Sword to Tempest Bolt to getting my opponent to 5 damage, and then just ride into this, and then just use his ability to carry me to the finish line. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Eradicator deck profile. In the comment section below, feel free to share your thoughts with me on the deck. Do you like my choices? Do you not like my choices? If you have suggestions, please feel free to give them to me. I'm always open to hearing suggestions from you guys, and I've actually gotten a couple before that I've liked and I now use. I mean, that's why I made this YouTube channel, to connect with other Vanguard players. So make sure you leave all your thoughts on the deck in the comment section below. Also, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so for deck profiles, discussion, random rants. I do all kinds of things, guys. Everything in Vanguard out there, I will do. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. So please thumbs it up for me, and watch more of my videos in the future if you're a first-time watcher. So anyway, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you later.